Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Leo, it's an interesting week. We're looking at your energy and your motives, your friends' energy and motives, and your enemies' energy and motives. We are going to do that with you, the Divine Animal Oracle deck, and I'm not sure which tarot. I'm going to see what I feel like grabbing. I got two on the side ready to go. Should go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways, that this is a general reading for the collective energy of Leo. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate, I'm glad we're able to connect. If it does not, hopefully the next time, pussycats. So let's get into this, Leo. Your energy, your motives, your friend's energy and your friend's motives. Your enemy's energy and your enemy's motives. So let's clarify. Friends can be something that... it is something that is working in your highest good. Enemies is something that is not working in your highest good. This could be yourself on a good day and a bad day, or it could be someone around you or something. Your energy is the Cosmic Beaver. It's the work card. To love your work, it's a gift, Leo. Find balance in work and rest. Align your work with your purpose. Someone might be trying to micromanage you. It's time to be your own boss. Well, that's interesting. And there's a question mark with that statement. I've written on the back of all of these cards so I can be a little more efficient in this instead of going into the book all the time. I want to say that your energy is centered around your work. And when I say it's centered around your work, I want to say that you're probably trying to find a way in your life here that you can balance your work and your rest. You may also be thinking about, is what I'm doing, is this the kind of thing that I feel like I'm making a difference in the world? Is this like an impact? Is this my calling? How am I spending my days? Now, some of you might also be feeling micromanaged, like somebody might give you a project to do, and then they're constantly like, oh, well, this is what you should do first and this, and then, oh, you probably should want to go and talk to this. It's like, okay, I will figure out this project, just leave me alone. And then maybe this is even causing you to think about being your own boss. Yeah, it's very interesting. I love, but it is the Cosmic Beaver. Da, da, da. I don't know. It feels like something that should have been an SCTV skit with John Candy and Martin Short, but the Cosmic Beaver. What are your motives? Fierceness. Okay, this is develop healthy fierceness. So I want to say it's possibly also standing up for yourself. Don't shy away from things that confront you. Choose carefully how you act. Be fierce but not angry. Loyalty is important. I want to say that almost kind of feels like maybe even being torn a little bit. Maybe you're feeling there's something that you do that feels a little bit like, I don't know, you sit in the shadows. Fierceness. That's your motives. But it's almost like maybe something is upsetting you and you're really trying to figure out how you can contain it or how you can utilize that energy in a different way. Is there something that is something confronting you, right? And not to shy away from it. So there could be something that's changing around you and maybe you're not sure how to address it. But right, it almost kind of feels like, well, don't shy away from addressing this. And you are really contemplating about how you should act here. It's interesting. Okay, your friend's energy is news. Oh, interesting. News is significant. News is significant. News or significant announcement coming. Don't believe everything you hear. Check the source. Oh, that's interesting. Stride through other worlds to understand your nature. There could be some, I don't know, you could have a friend that might have something significant to tell you, but then it's also talking about don't believe everything you hear. Check the source. Your friend could even do it. Your friend might have something to tell you, but I'm going to be honest, like it kind of feels like, because this is someone, this energy is someone or something that is working in your highest good, right? Like it shows up as a friend to you. It's beneficial to you. It supports you. I want to say if there's a friend here that has something significant to tell you or information to give you, they're holding back on it because they want to make sure that this is legit and they're maybe even double checking where the source is. Like if they've found, I don't know, it could be something about a new job. If you're thinking about starting your own business, it could even be like a supplier or something like that, making sure that this is legit. So I want to say somebody is checking sources here for you. Stride through other worlds to understand your nature. I mean, that could be a very personal element that's going on for a friend here too. But okay, well, what is their motives? What's the friend's motives? Oh, nice. It's peace. It is a position of strength to seek peace, restraint, lead by example. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, so here's the other thing here. I want to say that maybe there's something, because you have this fierce energy. Your motives are around even being able to contain or harness a sense of drive and passion, or maybe even anger if something really upsets you, and trying to utilize that energy in a different way then. Okay. I know. I kind of got back into Lost and watching Lost again. And Benjamin's father, you don't have to know the characters. I'm just going to explain to you the personality here. He's kind of an angry man. He's an angry man who has, yes, suffered an extreme loss, but that was like 20 years ago, and he's never really gotten past it. But I think because he's never really done any emotional or intellectual development past the age of 12. He's very much like a baby man. Anyways, and he drinks a lot. Every single time anything upsets him, it's a physical reaction. Like, it's just a huge physical reaction with this guy. And like, we all have these feelings. We all have these feelings at different times. And it's almost like, to me, your motivation here is to try to tamp that down in some way. It's try to tamp down some type of ferocity about you, or to try to use it, to take that energy, but to not use it in a reactive way, to use it in a way that can be beneficial to you, like is how your motive is showing up, right? Now, your friend's motive is also peace. So that's interesting. Like this person, maybe this person, okay, this could even be someone who's brought some type of news to you, and maybe you don't feel good about this news. Like maybe this news has something to do with a change in your career, or a change in job direction, or a new project, and you're like, I don't really want to do that project. Because I want to, yes, because the fact that you have fierceness and the friend has peace, this person is just like, don't judge this immediately, perhaps. Maybe this person has brought news to you already and saying like, don't judge a book by its cover. I just want peace here. So we're going to pull tarot. Okay, so this is interesting. Already interesting energy between you and the friend. And it could even be too, like maybe there's something going on. And you have a friend here who's trying to maybe bring peace your way. Even if this wasn't a conflict between you and a friend, this person is definitely trying to bring peace into a situation for you. They're working in your favor. Okay, so the enemy's energy is kindness. Look, your enemy's energy is kindness. Oh, that's odd. Choose kindness. Your kindness will be repaid. Now, I'm going to kind of lean into, but let's see where it goes. This could, I don't know, how can that be your enemy unless you're showing kindness to someone who would take advantage of that in any way, right? And so this could be showing up as, if you lean into this energy, it may not be favorable for you because you could be dealing with someone who's going to take advantage of your kindness, and that can happen. So I'm kind of feeling like this enemy might be showing up as a reactive possibility for you. And it's kind of saying, right, like your motives is this, it's to be intense, it's to be angry. If something upsets you, not to stand down, but also not to be like, oh, I'm going to bust down the walls, I'm going to push you through the door. It's not the right reaction. Your kindness will be repaid. I want to say the enemy there is maybe not necessarily believing that. Or consider others in your decisions, especially those with less power. Repay your debts, spread goodwill, seeds, and your fortunes will grow. If this is a person, I want to say this is an enemy who's taking a different approach. They're deciding to be kind. And maybe their kindness will be repaid. I can hardly wait to pull out the tarot to see how this unfolds. Okay, what is their motivation? Their motivation is intuition. Use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct. You are not your mind. Develop your magical skills more. Introduce more play into your life. I'm still going to lean more into that this is a possible energy that you could take on in a situation, and it doesn't support you. I'm not saying, like, if there's somebody that you know, you shouldn't show kindness. When I say you shouldn't show kindness to them, because they may take advantage of you with that kindness, I want to say is just to turn the other cheek, is to go in a different direction, is to not give any energy to that at all, because I wouldn't advise anyone to be mean or unkind to another person. Is just to remove your energy from them. And you are not your mind. So it's also like it's the idea here of trusting your intuition. Your intuition could be telling you that this is not the time to just kind of be complacent and show up as the nice guy or girl. And your intuition is probably right on that. Sacrifice creation. Well, how damn interesting is that? Creation is going through a strong metamorphical process. A type of sacrifice to something bigger than yourself. Maybe sacrificing to transform. But this is showing up in the past. I feel like you've already made some type of sacrifice here to go through a transformation. And maybe this is what's making you mad. I don't know, something you're intense about something. I am reaching for, I know I said I had 2 tarot decks on the side. I chose the Book of Shadows Tarot Volume 1. Your energy is the Cosmic Beaver work. I just got, I think it's Kiss in my head. I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. And I can't get enough of you, baby. Can you get enough of me? I want to give you a hug. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. Okay. The 4 of Cups. Oh, man. I want to say, it's something around your work here, and you honestly feel like you're missing your purpose or something. You're missing the boat. You're maybe even in an environment where it feels like there's too much negativity to focus on, and because of that, you're missing the better opportunities. I mean, you could be working somewhere where the atmosphere is so negative, and even when you go home, it could be a wonderful day. Your family could be like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, or hey, hon, or the dog or cat could just come and greet you. And it's like, like you miss the moments to look forward to. Okay, so an example, I drop my son off to school, I come home, my little dog Lily, she's sitting in the front window. And I walk past her every time as I walk from the garage to the front door. And I like, she gives me a big stretch, and then she wags her tail and she jumps down off her bench to go to the door. So I greeted her, and it's become a very typical routine where I can just go, oh, hi, and then we go in the kitchen and, no, actually, we get ready for our walkies. But I stopped for a second and I said, this brings me so much joy. This brings me so much joy. This little routine that we have, to see her in the window, her anticipation. And I picked her up, gave her a big hug, and I was kissing her, and I was telling her so much, how much joy and how much I appreciate her. Because as much as I don't want to admit it, she will not be around forever. No, she is. She's going to be forever. And that moment, I know that I'm going to make myself cry. I know that there's a moment where that won't be there. I'm not going to talk about it. What am I going to talk about? So I just I want to embrace it right now. But it's a feeling like there's an energy around you, something going on where it's difficult to embrace that. It is really difficult to feel that. It's difficult to be, I want to say that 4 of Cups is coming across like it's difficult to be in the moment when it is a beautiful moment, because there's some other shit going around that really spoils it. Right? You can't be in that forever, because then every cycle comes to an end, and then you look back, right? Like I can think of times like that where, particularly when I was younger, and I didn't appreciate a pet or something to the extent that I do now that I'm older, and then that time is gone, and all I wish I had was like one more hug, you know? Oh, okay. So your motives, fears. Emperor. Wow. I think you want to be a leader here. I think you want to take control of your life. Yes. Because you want to be in a state of mind here where when the good things are coming around in your day, you can embrace them and you can hold on to them and really appreciate them and absorb them. So like 10 years from now, when that moment is gone, or that person or that pet or whatever it is not necessarily in your life in the same way, you can look back on it and say, I don't have any fucking regrets. I enjoyed that cycle as much as I could. There was no more that I could have put into that than what I did. Yeah. Oh. I like the energy, although it feels like it's fueled by something that feels very uncomfortable. Yeah. Okay, your friend is news. Wow, the element of water. It's kind of like rising up here. I want to say this friend's energy is nice. It stirs feelings. It maybe even stirs like emotional upliftment. This friend stirs emotional upliftment. But you're sitting in the Four of Cups here. And you're not, maybe not receiving it. That your friend just wants peace. Your friend just wants peace. They want to uplift emotionally. They want to maybe tell you something that uplifts you. Well, I don't know. Because the only thing the friend wants is peace. So I'm going to say, if anybody in your life could possibly have a hidden agenda for telling you something significant, it's just to have peace. Like, that's their motive here, is to have peace. You know what's kind of interesting, right? Like, if we look at that, and then we look at the enemy is kindness and intuition. I want to say there's a possibility here that this could be a friend that tells you the truth. This is a friend that tells you the truth, and this truth may seem very difficult to believe for whatever reason. But when we're looking at the cards and Spirit is just like telling us, point out blank, what something really is. And the friend is just like, I just want to bring peace. But I'm wondering, is the enemy someone who's showing fake kindness? Okay, what is the card that comes out with the peace? The Seven of Cups. They might want to bring peace into a situation that is confusing. Oh, okay. This is interesting. So it also kind of gives me the vibe here that whoever this friend's energy is showing up as, now it could also be the thing that benefits you. I talked about that. It could be the good side of you and the bad side of you, a good day and a bad day. And it's regardless, it's not necessarily to know how you're going to react. The only thing that they want is peace. I mean, I keep stressing that. Even for yourself here, even if you're not sure why something is happening or how something may turn out, what's the point of getting this news or this information perhaps even? It's just peace. It's just so that there's peace. Or how to learn to find peace in your life when that can feel very confusing. Your enemy's energy is kindness. The Crone of Air. It's like the King of Swords. Not what I would describe as, I don't know. So yeah, kind of feeling like it is somebody who might be, what is that? Like signaling, that term, like signaling kindness, signaling. They're not necessarily being that. They just know the signs and the signals to create, to make so this, yeah, because someone's smart at this. But it's pretty much just their mind to be kind. Well, that's the logical thing I should do. It's not really coming from a heart space. The logical, the legal thing I should do is be kind in this situation. That's your enemy. Kindness through the mind. Into, okay, oh, what is the motive here though? But it's not, you are not your mind. You are not your mind. Your gut feeling is correct. Okay. Right, because we talked about the Kings. Oh, the Nine of Wands. I feel like this enemy energy, again, wrap it around you whichever way you need to, if it's yourself on a bad day or if it's somebody. But how it's showing up here is someone who I feel like they've learned what actions of kindness are supposed to be. Now, you have to be really flexible with that in terms of circumstances, context, society. I mean, there's so many ways that you could. Is it kind to? Okay, so here's a good example of this. I'm looking at like the fruit bat. Well, yeah, the fruit bat, flying fox. So it's making me think of fruit. So, okay, generally speaking, fruit is a pretty healthy thing to eat. It's natural. It gives us a lot of fiber in most cases, gives us a lot of vitamins, but it's also high in sugar. So if you're dealing with someone who has diabetes, it's probably not a good breakfast to serve to that person, right? Because you're filling their body with sugar. But it could be an act of kindness. But if you don't understand the context of it, you don't understand the situation, you don't understand the person, that's actually not kind. That's actually very detrimental to someone. So, and that's where I'm going with here, because the King of Swords is just, these are the facts that I know and this is what I've read. But there's not necessarily any experience to support this or any background, because that's more like King of Pentacles to me. King of Pentacles is, I know this person's history, I've worked with this person, I've lived with this person, I know that they shouldn't eat a bowl full of fruit for breakfast. Well, I mean, the King of Swords could be, okay, so that's also, could be like a doctor, right? And it could be someone who's so, okay, how do you, I don't know. I'm just having a lot of difficulty to wrap my head around this kindness with the King of Swords. It could be very tough kindness because this is the logical approach to do. But intuitively, the motive here is intuition. It might even be to try to get you to use your intuition. And it might be spirit working through this person. This person could have, because I want to say the King of Air is someone who's going to come across as kind of cold and indifferent. It's not somebody I would go to for a hug if I was having a bad day, because it's the kind of person that I feel like if I was having a bad day, maybe I was kind of emotional, this person would just say, listen, you need to just look at things logically. Like, okay, but I'm a human being and I have all sorts of wounds and there's all these things. Could be the psychologist too, right? But I don't know. I kind of want to say that your enemy is someone who's having difficulty trusting their intuition. And maybe this is you on a bad day. Because it could be somebody who, if it's you on a bad day, it could be looking at someone and feeling like, and thinking, this is not the right situation, or I shouldn't show that person any kindness. But it's almost like your intuition is like fighting you on that. It's like, is that how you really feel? Like, check your gut here. What is your gut telling you? You're not your mind. You have other aspects of yourself here that you need to trust. And if there's someone that you're dealing with who shows you kindness, but maybe even in a professional way here, check it. Check another source of yourself here to really understand what this person's motives could be. Because something is off here. Something is truly either the demonstration of kindness. It's giving me like signaling kindness, but it's not necessarily that. Elemental of Earth, the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Cups. Well, there we go. Happiness can quickly turn into disappointment and sadness. Things don't always work out the way we hope they would. I'm going to clarify your reading. You have the 4 of Cups with work. The High Priestess. There's some secrets. There's some secrets at work. Or there's something secretly going on at work. Or you could be keeping a secret at work. There's some type of secret here. And it's all about your intuition. Like guiding yourself through it is your intuition. So I'm going to come back here where I feel like it could even be a situation that is happening between you and another person. And this other person, sort of like God is working through them to challenge your intuition, to trust it. Emperor Fierceness. To be a powerful leader, but not be angry. Or if you get angry, to harness this in a beneficial way. The Page of Wands And the 10 of Cups, it is to speak of happiness. It is to turn that ferocity into a happy environment. For some of you too, it's almost like you can see how something is being improperly managed. And it could be, we had micromanaging here, right? It could be micromanaging people instead of identifying what people's actual strengths are and then helping guide them towards where they have the best fit, where they can be the most successful and feel the most fulfilled and feel successful in what they do. This is almost too like knowing the right words to say so that everybody can come together and feel happy. I really do feel like you're also, there's something going on here where maybe you are being asked to step into some type of a role of leadership where that leadership is not occurring. It's even leaving you feeling kind of like in lack. Your friend's energy here is news and the elemental of water. It is to uplift. It's to uplift. It's to uplift. Oh, it's to change how things have been. It's to change how things have been. It's to change a cycle. I feel like that there could be a difference here between someone that you may view as highly educated or very intelligent intellectually. And this, because this enemy thinks they know how they should show kindness to others, but it's also coming across to me like the engineer in the archetype deck reversed. And let's pull it out because it's significant. Because I feel like this friend is someone who might bring cinnamon spice donuts to the board meeting. And because it's an act of kindness, it may not be the smartest thing to do, especially if, we're like, okay, we're all watching our cholesterol and our sugar. But, okay, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and particularly because the shadow explains the benefit of the light so well in this. Where is he? Where is there is the engineer. Okay. I'm going to read for you the shadow because I feel like it's showing up as the enemy here. Reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences, right? And then the light is ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So, but if we look at the shadow, that is the opposite of the light. So if we can come up with a solution for something, but we can also consider the emotional consequences of that solution, to me, that is a highly intelligent person. More so than someone who decides, what the most logical thing here to do, the thing that is going to be the most cost effective and create the most efficiency in our society is to build a big highway between this community and that community. And if that community wants to get over to this community, they can get on the highway and they can go around the bypass and come over again. But nobody's going to do that because now the kids that used to play with that community, they have no way of getting there. Well, we'll build a big we'll build an underpass where the kids can go through. But that ends up being a dark alley where like people go to do drugs and bad things happen. So the kids never do that either. If you didn't, you came up with another idea that supported the emotional well-being of the community. That's the answer you need. It can't always be the most logical answer. Because I feel like the friend is someone like, I don't know, let's just be, what would be really fun? Maybe we could get a dunk tank and we could raise money to support lost puppies, and we'll put all the bosses and supervisors in the dunk tank. Won't that be fun? But the bosses and supervisors are like, no, I look terrible when my hair is wet. I'm not doing that. It's not nice. It's literally kind of like coming across that your friend here is the person that I want to say I'm just going to be nice because it's the right thing to do. It just feels like I need to do it. I just want things to be peaceful between us. Where this is like, well, no, you know what? I'll lose my hand. I'll lose my upper hand if I do that. So I'm not going to do that. And again, this could be you on a good day, or Spirit even showing you this is the way to really be this leader. And the other one is not work. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. I don't know, it could have something to do with a workspace. And it just feels like the logical thing isn't the right approach. What's logical isn't the thing to do. That's your friend here. I like your friend. I do like the friend. It's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna like go with my emotions here. I'm just gonna try a different approach. I'm just gonna be nice. All I want is peace. I feel like that's a good friend. The enemy is kindness with the King of Swords. The 4 of Swords. The enemy, okay, the enemy is thinking that a certain psychological approach that one used to think is the right way to demonstrate kindness is like, I just kind of have to heal my mind. And that's not the answer. It has nothing to do with the mind. And to be quite honest, kindness is a thing that really honestly does come from the heart. Because we really don't know everything. I mean, that's the thing. We have no way of knowing everything. If we did, we would be gods and goddesses. And I know some of you will sometimes say that in the comments. We all have that spark of that energy. But to be quite honest, you wouldn't be here having a human experience. You would have evolved into something else. So I'm the same way. I'm not saying that you're any less or more than me. That's what we are. We're people, and we have to be open to these concepts. Otherwise, we become closed off to further development and learning and growth. And you will be stuck here on Earth forever. So your enemy's motives are intuition and the 9 of Wands. That just feels like your enemy is not trusting their intuition, and that has been a problem for a long time. The 2 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Not trusting the intuition. Your enemy's motives is not trusting the intuition for a long time. It's just always relying on the mind. So, it was a very interesting reading. And look at, maybe you're the one who's like trying to like hold back energies here. You have the Strength card, the Knight of Swords, and the Fool card. A lot of air energy being held back, a lot of intellect, a lot of new ways of thinking. King of Swords is also Aquarius. Now, Aquarius energy has to be careful at times because it can look at the whole in terms of a society, but without considering the individual. I'm not saying Aquarians are like that, but there's a I want to say part of that energy going into the reverse, which is kind of like the engineer. This is what's good for the society as a whole, but there could be a lot of individuals along the way or aspects of individualism that get completely lost in that shuffle. And then in the more long term, that doesn't actually help the society. Wow, well, there's a very philosophical kind of reading for you, Leo. I'm going to go to the extended. Anyone who wants to go there with me? I'm going to ask, what is the unexpected coming towards you? What is the unexpected coming towards your friend? And what is the unexpected coming towards your enemy? Thank you so much, Pussycat Nation. I don't know where Larry was for this video. He's been a little bit, the weather's been nice. I think he's been taking advantage of it out in his playpen outside. So sorry there was no pussycats for the Pussycat Nation. Till next time, Leo, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.